Once again, welcome everyone. I hope you're doing good on this Saturday morning. I am Sunny Fridge. If you have not met me before, I am the Public Relations Manager for District 43, which means I help get out the word, publicize the District 43 and work with them, keeping the brand. And if you want to know more about what I do, or you'd like to do what I do, let me know, because they definitely will need another PRM, Public Relations Manager, come July. And they also have room for other members on the team who like to use social media. Is there, by a show of hands, would you please let me know if this is your first time, either digital? Okay, let's see. Susan Meringue, welcome. I see one. I see Anand Maharana, two. Anybody else? Shuman Das, are you sure you haven't been a VPPR before? I believe that you've been in every role. And Naveen Machado, welcome. All right, so there are a few of us, this is your first time or your first year. I don't know if you've been trained already at least once, but we're going to go over our duties. And so let me get ready to start. And I hope that we have an informative, interactive session. All right, so today is January 14th. Can you believe it? We're halfway into the first month of the new year. Time just flies when you have fun. We're going to talk about the VPPR role. I want to know what challenges you have, what celebrations that you have, and if there's a question that I can answer about you doing your role better, I'd love to know that. We'll talk a little bit about the purpose. And at the end, for those of you who would like to enter into a raffle for a $25 district dollar certificate, which you can use at the Toastmasters International store, all you have to do is fill out the quick survey, which makes sure that you have done the basics for becoming a VPPR, because if you're going to tell the world, your information has to be correct. You need the roles, the responsibilities, and you need resources. But wait, there is more. I want to understand just a little bit about you. So I hope there are a few of you who are able to chat with me. I want you to ask your question about your why. What is your purpose? So what is my purpose as my club's Vice President of Public Relations? I will look at the chat, but is there someone that is willing to share with me, what do you think your purpose is, or what has been your purpose, something that you've been able to do? VPPR Adrienne Brown of Empowering Ladies, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much. And I apologize that I am not camera ready this morning. But my role for the VPPR for Empowering Ladies is to get the word out about this chapter. I will tell you that I do feel challenged with this role because we are 100% online and in multiple locations. And so I am looking for tips during this training to really understand better what I can do to be more productive in this role. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. And so the name of your club is Empowering Ladies?
Yes, ma'am.
And is your president Toastmaster?
Ruby Lamori.
Yes, I know Ruby because she actually has helped before. You all have a Canva account. Canva is going to be one of your main friends if you are a VPPR. For those of you who have not been with me before, in previous trainings, I showed you how to at least use Canva along with my colleague Ruby Lamori with Empowering Ladies. And what we did is we created about 10 templates, which would be graphics. Maybe it would be about a graphic that you can do when you celebrate a member or if they have finished a path. Those are the types of content that you want to be able to share on your platform of choice. You also have to decide what is your platform of choice. If you don't like a lot of media, will it be Facebook? Will it be Instagram? Will it be LinkedIn, Twitter, perhaps TikTok? So you have to decide, and if you're not as experienced or if you have a busy schedule, my suggestion is to pick one platform that you or your team other members in your club can access. For many of us, that's Facebook. I see that Arnan Maharan, you said marketing. Believe it or not, although you do market and get the word out, honestly, your job is more public relations. Marketing is a big term. I would just stick with public relations, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But your purpose, your why. How do I get the word out? What resources do I have to make it a better experience for my club and for individual members in my club? Because even if the goal is to recruit new members, you always have to remember that as a member, members have, they have feelings too. And so you always want to make sure that you don't leave people out because you're going for the invitation of inviting people, but then you don't actually recognize and celebrate your very own members. So remember that. What's their story? Is there anybody who came in your club with the knees knocking, the heart racing a mile a minute, or the butterflies in the stomach, and now they've been able to tame those butterflies and get them to fly in formation? Or maybe they came in not wanting to speak and now they hold an officer role. We can celebrate those things, even if they participate in table topics. You may know that already, but for those of you who don't, if you have a table topics contest, or rather you vote for the best table topics, or you vote for the best speech evaluator, those are ways to recognize your members. So with that, as the Black Eyed Peas would say, let's get it started. Let's get it started this year. Let's get the new year off to an even better start than we have so far. So identifying your role, fulfilling your responsibilities, and finding resources that help you. That's what I'm hoping to do. By the time you leave this meeting, I want you to at least have identified whether or not that in terms of fulfilling your responsibilities, that the information where your club rests on, whether it's the website, whether it's your Facebook page or your Instagram, whether the information is correct. If it's outdated, that's one of the first things that you want to do. Did the person who had Facebook not leave you the password? Do you have to make a new Facebook page? You have to decide things like that. So that's what we want to do. Now, where can you go after this training to discover more? And what did I get myself into? Anybody wonder about that? Timer Tim, did you wonder, what did I get myself into by taking on this role? Not sure about you, but it is a lot to do. So if you can find somebody on the days you're not able to make it to your club and they can take a screenshot, that's a really important thing. Because if we were in person, and many of us are online, if we were in person, we'd be taking pictures with our smartphone. Well, on Zoom, you can take screenshots. And if you don't know how to take a screenshot, let me know and I will make sure that you know by the end of this meeting. Okay, so here we are. Know that if you're looking for information, Adrian, Toastmaster Adrian, there are flyers that are already been created. These are the links to the flyer. I have sent them out before, so if you've already gotten them, no worries, but I want folks who are new to know that they have flyers, and I'll show you what they look like shortly. But there's an online member flyer. There's an online prospect flyer. There are press release templates. That means if your club is having an open house, if your club is celebrating its anniversary, or your club is having a special event, the press release templates give you all the information that you need, and what you would need to do fill in the information, fill in the blanks. I found those helpful. There's a PR calendar. This is a great time to start. It's January, and you can decide, what are my goals this season with the 6 months we have left? What do I want to accomplish? For me, one of my clubs, the anniversary, is in April. I plan to make sure that Early Riser Toastmasters Club has an anniversary get together, an open house. We're going to combine it. So we'll need to use a flyer. We'll also want to use a press release to get it out to perhaps a local media organization, whether it's a radio station, an online organization, or a local TV station. Many stations since the pandemic cut down on interviewing in the studio, but you can at least do virtual interviews. And the other information, the brand manual, just helps you understand what the colors are for Toastmaster, the blues, let's see, I have this right in back of me. So if you notice, there's white, there's maroon, there's yellow. Sometimes you'll see gray. So those are the Toastmaster colors. And when you have a flyer or something that you want to create, if you want to stay true to the brand, you'll include a version of those colors. Okay, and also there are resources if you did not know. I am working with our website manager, one of them, Toastmaster Bernstein, to get this information on our D43 website so that it will always be there so that you will know where to find it. But these are also articles and resources that can help you let the world know information. They help explain your role. You can't get it all in 55 minutes, but I want to just give you a few more things and just ask you, what's one action that you will take to promote your club and members? Toastmaster Adrian, not to pick on you, but what's an action that you can take? Have you used Canva yet?
Thank you. So I have used Canva, not necessarily for Toastmasters. And so I have been through this training before, I will tell you, and I'm still a little bit overwhelmed by all of the information and the resources that are available to me. And I don't have as much time to really focus on this, to dig deep. And so I'm looking for, if there is one thing that I could do in this role to be impactful, what is that one thing? Again, familiar with Canva and how to use it, but what is the one thing as VPPR that I can do to make a difference for my club?
That is a great question. What is one thing? So what's one action? I would say that the one action that you can take to empower yourself is to at least find out which social media your organization, your club uses, and then take advantage of that and use the templates that we have. And please just direct message me or email me. My email address will be at the end of the session. And remind me that you need the templates, because if the templates are already done and all you have to do is upload, I say that's the low-hanging fruit. Use Facebook and use the ready-made templates, because it will invite people. Sometimes it takes 7 tries to get someone to attend your meeting. But if you put it out there, they have a better chance of accepting your invitation. But if you don't do it, then odds are they may not be likely to do it. When you promote on your Facebook club, Facebook account, your page, you invite your members to share it to their audience. And therefore, you've done a good job. You've at least gotten the word out that your club exists, the reason. And then one of the best ways, at least once, is show someone the benefits of Toastmasters. Why would they want to come? If they want to be a better communicator, and at the end of the day, who doesn't want to be a better communicator? If they want to be a better leader, find out why the people who are in your club stay in your club, and use that as some of the information that you could post about Toastmasters and the fact that it helps people become from fearful and shy to confident. Maybe somebody in the club got a promotion because the fact that they got more confident. Maybe at the end of the day, they just wanted to be a better communicator with their kids or with their spouse. Communication, it can, as long as you're talking to more than one person, is public speaking. So it could be with a spouse, it could be with a family member, a colleague, or your job. Many of people that I know want to be a better communicator because they want to either grow their business or they want to become a speaker. and they know that Toastmasters helps. So you got to remind yourself, why would someone want to join, and put those benefits somewhere within your post that you do. Ruby Lamore is a great asset. She should be helping you. Would someone please read what public relations is? Because I don't want this to be so one way. I thank you for just unmuting and doing that, even if you don't turn your camera on. Mary Phelps, thank you.
Hello, everybody. What is public relations? Public relations is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their public.
And as Vice President of Public Relations, you're going to coordinate a public relations or publicity program in your club. You're going to promote something that's going on within your club. After I got my DTM, which is a Distinguished Toastmasters designation, the highest award in Toastmasters, Education Award. And for those of you who are new, it's something you can strive for using the Pathways program. I don't want to I explain because I was in Toastmasters for more than a year and a half before I realized what the path to becoming a DTM was in the old traditional program. So I'd like to make sure that everyone does know. I know I had a meeting not too long ago and someone said, what's DTM? I mean, they're in a Toastmasters club, but they didn't understand the designations. And goodness gracious, I don't know the other ones in Pathways. Once you finish a path, you can put your designation behind you. And I can't remember if it's presentation mastery or a visionary communication or what, but you can do that as you strive to become your best version of yourself. In a nutshell, though, a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their public. Can somebody tell me what that means? I just want to know. Anybody, raise your hand, you come to the top if you raise your digital hand. Okay, well, I will share it with you. You want to have a relationship between an organization, that's anybody that's outside of Toastmasters, and you are the organization. So our clubs and our public, that's who we want to reach. We want to get friendly maybe with a few organizations. You could even partner with the Rotary Club to build a strategic relationship. They're like-minded people. They do good things for the community as well. So if you happen to have an event, that would be a great campaign, or that would be a great public event that you can do as VPPR. You can publicize it. In general, you promote your club to the local community. If you can, notify the media about the club's existence and the benefits it provides. And then you promote the club, you update web content if you can, and you safeguard the Toastmasters brand identity, meaning that what Toastmasters stands for and the colors are the other part of the brand. Yes, VPR Mary.
One thing that we have done, but it is, something within the company, we're big enough of a structure that we have different OUs, that kind of thing, divisions. And one of the other ERG clubs is the Memphis Young Professionals. And we partnered with them to where they will give speeches to the higher ups. And what we've done is to give them, critique their speeches before they actually give them, and give them tips on, just different things to make the speech better.
Wow. That is amazing. There was a couple of things I didn't understand. You said something EOG or something like that. Some initials you used.
That's the different, that's the different clubs that we have, like Memphis Young Professionals, the Veterans, the Christian group. There's just different groups that the company lets people have
Mhm.
And, you join which one you want to do. And we've just reached out with the Memphis Young Professionals
Mhm.
in that they're up and coming and they need to give speeches.
I love it.
And we just, said that they could, get critique from us just to help them, to make them feel comfortable,
All right.
that kind of thing.
I love it. And at the end of the day, who knows? They may remember Toastmasters and say, hey, I want to continue this relationship by becoming a member. So you open the door. I really love that. Tell me what your club name is, because it's not on your display. Then which club do you belong to?
The Sounding Board, Memphis, Tennessee.
Wow, I haven't heard that club's name before, the Sounding Board. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And that helps us have a conversation as well. So take note, what organization may be in your vicinity that you could possibly work with, partner with, and maybe just do something good, because we are about doing good as well in the community. So for instance, and then I'll let someone else talk, I'm president of a local Optimist Club in Jackson, Mississippi. And we have an oratorical contest and an essay contest. And so I helped hold the contest. We bring kids in who want to speak 5 minutes about the optimist, whatever the topic is, and we get to help them out. But by getting Toastmasters to come and judge the contest, it's a nice little partnership. And by the way, we'll be having a contest in March. If you live in the Mississippi area, I would love to have you serve as a judge. And that would really help us. Keep that in mind. Before, when we were online only, we took judges from around the world. So that was fun as well. Great idea. Thanks, Mary, for sharing. Is there anyone else who has a best practice that you can share so that those that are new can reap the benefits of what you've already done? Let me stop sharing for a moment. Anybody else doing something? For those of you who've been a VPPR at least once, 6 months to a year? Okay, well, if you don't have anything to share, what challenge, and I appreciate that Toastmaster Brown had her challenge and she needed to do as much as she could with so little time. So again, I suggest Canva for that. Is there something else that challenges you as a VPPR? Anyone? Please, this is your time to let us know. If I don't know the answer, I'll help find the answer.
When I was the VP, when I had this position before,
Mhm.
one of the things I did was use the template that was on the Toastmasters website to do a newsletter. But the only problem I ran into was the fact that it wasn't the best user-friendly thing to work with. So I'm thinking that the Canvas could probably be a better outlet for that.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that. They do have templates. I tell you what, if you do run into a question, VPPRs, you can email me and just tell me what the challenge is. I know that I'm supposed to have a training next week. So whatever you have, if you have a question, if you want me to show you a little bit more on Canva, if you want me to walk you through uploading to Canva, changing the colors on Canva or something similar, let me know. By the way, we were able to get a nonprofit pro account, and we can have as many of you that are in this room a part of it if your club doesn't have a pro account. So therefore, you would be able to use our Canva account as long as you're using it for your Toastmasters Club project or what have you. So keep that in mind too. We can be a better service to you. So if you need to join the Canva for District 43, let me know that too. How do you do that? Just send me an email so that I can send you the invitation. And we do track how you're using Canva, but we trust that if you wanted to do anything else, you do it in a free account. But the pro account just gives you thousands of pictures, hundreds of audio and video and elements that you could add. Not that you need it, but it's nice that they have all those templates and you just change the templates. And that makes all of our jobs easier. My email is d43sunnyfridge@gmail.com. and it'll come on at the end as well. Arnan, you asked, can we have more than one social media channel? Is it Arnan or Anand? Toastmaster
It's Anand.
Anand. Yes,
Yeah.
you can. Let me ask you, what have you done so far?
Yeah, I just started before the holidays, so I haven't done much.
You haven't done
But
okay.
yeah, so and then we do have a Facebook channel, but it's a channel for account for the area. Like there are multiple groups which are part of that. So the conversation was can we have our own channel, own Facebook account, and because Instagram is popular and there's this local app called Nextdoor, where
Mhm.
like local people, communities, and people can share their thoughts. I was thinking like if I can like have flyers or um, posts on those social media apps too. So that is
Yes.
what I was wondering. Like so if I can have multiple social media channels which I can use.
Yes, you can have multiple channels. The better that you can be consistent is always a challenge if you have other things going on in your life. At the very least, I say get at least one more person on your VPPR team, someone who likes social media and that would not mind helping you or helping you to get that screenshot. Is your club online, hybrid, in person?
It's online for now, but we try to meet once a week, more like a social event. But it's would like to go hybrid soon.
Cool. Listen, when you go to the face-to-face event, come
Mhm.
on, document it. Having fun. Toastmasters are supposed to have fun. That's your documentation. That's your proof that you're doing something. And if you need to get that picture at that moment of someone that you didn't want to just get within this little Brady Brunch frame, right? So when you go out, that's a great thing. And then you post. What's the name of your club?
The NWA Toast Leaders.
NWA Toast Leaders celebrated or enjoyed a night out, and you could even Toastmasters have fun, but you could have a couple of good pictures that show that, wow, that looks fun. And whenever something looks fun, people are more apt to join. Okay, always keep it in mind that, hey, we had a great conversation, right? Because everybody who communicates wants to have better conversations as well. I mean, it's subtle, but you just say that we had good food, good talk, good drinks. Well, maybe not the drinks part, but anyway. All right, good. So look, first things first, Facebook page. You should get a Facebook page right now. Find out who's going to be in charge of it. And then you're able to have page roles. Someone can just post, someone can delete as well if they're an admin, but you just give people the opportunity to upload. Definitely get your Facebook page that can be associated with your club. All right, so
So
that's one thing.
are there things we have to keep in mind when we post anything on these social media apps accounts?
Well,
Like I know like the look branding has to be right, but apart from that, anything else?
you know what? I do actually have a District 43 page. If I can get to it, I will, that shows, because I asked Toastmasters, I said, give me somebody who's doing this job well. And so she said, I will send you a link. So it's one of the Toastmasters, and I'll look in my email and get that information to you, because sometimes, it's imitation.
Yeah.
What are they doing? And again, one of the Canva trainings that Toastmaster Lamori and I did, we showed you the different types of graphics that you can use to promote your club. Sounds like you haven't gotten that, so I will make sure that I can send it to you. Just drop me an email. Barbara Matheson, did you have a comment? Okay, you seem fine. Okay, thank you. All right.
Actually,
Go ahead.
no, I'm just getting
You've got
my laptop.
you've got
Thank you.
two of you. Yeah, you can delete one of you when you have a chance.
Got it.
Yeah. Other than that, when you have two devices on, which I do, the other one that I don't plan to use, I just like to at least see what I'm sharing. I take the audio, I leave the audio, and that's the way you can have two devices when you're on a meeting and they allow it. Just make sure that you leave the audio out of off of one of them, not mute, but you actually have to leave computer audio. Just a tip. All right, so I'm going to move on, and because I do want to, one of the things that I wanted to do for our Early Riser Toastmaster Club, one of the first things you can do if you're a VPPR is if you still have your face-to-face club and you are now online and you've been online since 2020, it's time for a new photo. So you can do that by doing a screenshot of your meeting, or you can do like Anand. You can go out for a social event and take a few pictures or a group picture of yourself. If you're meeting in person, you can also do it at your club meeting, but update your website. Make sure the information is right. So if I go to meeting directions, it still has the information that might be a little confusing for some people because it has the directions to the club, but we do at least have click here to join the Zoom session, but you don't want to give prospective visitors the wrong impression. So I would even suggest to our club that we need to tighten up and make it more clear that we are right now only online, and we should take the directions off. So that's something that you should take off of your club website if you have anything old on it. There is also this. When you go to find a club on Toastmasters, you want to make sure that the information that is presented is correct. When I did this training the other day and we looked, the information was incorrect. So that's one of the things in the survey that I had asked you, but I want to find a club. So somebody give me the name of their club. Let's take a look at what your club looks like, because again, if you're going to tell the world, you got to tell the world the right information. So give me a club name, or a city.
Entrepreneurial Pros.
Okay. What city is that?
It's a virtual club.
You know what? That's interesting. But it probably has an address associated with it.
Well, Columbus, Mississippi. Let's try that.
There you go. Thank you. Columbus, Mississippi. Try it again. Columbus, Mississippi. That would help if I could spell. Okay, here we go. Let's search and let's see what clubs come up. Woo, look at you. You come up first. All right, Entrepreneurial Pros, tell me if your information is correct. Is your club number correct? Is your charter date correct?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. You're coming up on a year anniversary. Consider as VPPR having a special event on that during that month. Celebrate your club and invite other people to come. Maybe some of your charter members that may not still be a member, but that's an opportunity for you. Do you still meet Fridays at 4 p.m.?
Everything's the same.
Wonderful. Well, you did a good job. I can't say that always happens for all of us because sometimes we forget about this, but believe it or not, this is how some people find you. Someone else want to give me a club who's been around a minute? If you've been around for a while? I'm going to do Jackson, Mississippi, because I saw at one point my friend Dr. Das, let me search again. The reason why I said, make sure all you have to do is go to toastmasters.org and right on the homepage, you will see find a club. So I see Capital City, guess who's talking now? Here's High Noon. Dr. Das, if you're still in the room, I used to be a member of this club. Do you still meet at 12 noon? Dr. Das may not be on right now. My question to him would be, do you still meet at the Eudora Welty Library? At one point, this library closed down due to reconstruction. So I'm curious if there's anybody from High Noon on here that could answer that question. But again,
we don't meet in the main library now. We meet in another branch on Old Canton Road.
awesome. So Dr. Das, what your club member, well, you as VPPR need to tell anyone who has access, please change the location because this confuses a potential visitor. I remember back in the day, we would get several visitors to come to High Noon. And the reason why they came is because they found this information. So you want to update that as soon as possible. All right. And I'll try one more. And again, when I'm at toastmasters.org, find a club is right here. Okay, one more city, please. Anybody from Memphis here or Arkansas?
Bentonville.
Okay, can you spell that for me? Is it Ben like
B
that?
no BEN
Okay, BEN.
TON.
E
TON Benton.
TON, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's one.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and let's see what comes up. Okay, what I see is Walmart. Tell me the name of your club.
Second one, the Empowering Walmart Leaders.
All right, there, look at that. So now I'll click on it and tell me if everything is correct. Now you've been chartered since April, again, anniversary coming up. Decide, do you want to do a joint meeting? Decide if you want to have an open house. Great opportunity for you to get the word out a couple of several weeks, at least a month in advance. Is the information still correct? Do you still meet online?
Yeah, it's a hybrid now.
Oh, it's hybrid. So if it is, I would put hybrid.
Okay.
And then that's good. And it's open only to corporate members.
That's right.
What I would suggest for you, if you haven't done it already, it looks like you've been around a lot, but someone asked the other day, you're not looking for outside members, but look at the people that are in your company. Are there any higher ups or even lateral employees who are in interesting positions, or they can talk about interesting topics? I'd invite them. I suggest that you could invite them to come and speak at your club. If they don't bring some fellow employees with them, they may go back and at least talk about, hey, I went to a meeting the other day, this empowering Walmart leaders, and they did a great job. They were friendly. And if you just make it interesting for them and make them feel good, they're more likely to remember what your why is, the fact that you all want to help others become better communicators. If you haven't done so, you obviously make sure that your human resource person is aware of you and may be a way to steer new employees. Has that happened where you can get new employees to come visit your club as a way to get their skills?
Yeah, we have internal promotion happens to bring the new employees.
Awesome.
But right now, after 2 weeks, we have a lunch meeting with the top of our HR. So we'll put this word out there. I think it's coming from the HR top leadership would help us to get some leadership into our club too.
Yes, and other low-hanging fruit, everyone, is in your neighborhood. If for me, it's Kroger in Mississippi. They have Kroger stores. As soon as you walk in, they have like the bulletin board where you can put up flyers or information. The library is another place where they allow you to post information. So you make a nice flyer from Canva and you put it on the wall and let people know where you meet, whether it's online, in person, or hybrid. So those are some of the simple things that you can do, and it can work for you while whether you're in your meeting or out, or whether you're sleeping or not, because people will be coming in and out of certain places all the time. It's a thought. And if you don't want to give your link out all the way, just give your vice president of membership's name or someone like that to help you traffic new potential members. So you can work in tandem with your club member. And another thing, let's see, we've got about 15 minutes, 20 minutes left. Another thing that I've found as a best practice, and please weigh in if you have something that you can share. Another best practice is to make sure that you do team up. Perhaps every VPPR here knows, but if you have your executive meeting, that's a time when you're listening to all officers give an update. Listen for whether or not somebody has finished a path, and that way you know this is an opportunity for you to go into Canva or Facebook or get a picture of that person. If you don't have time to do a flyer, you can just celebrate them. Congratulations to this person for completing the path or level. That's just something that you might want to do. Or congratulations again, even if you do it within your meeting, because like I said, members are people too. People leave your club because they don't sometimes feel valued. So you can just do that during your club as well. And Toastmaster Naveen, That's a good point. We have internal bulletin boards and a cafe where we can put up flyers. Good. If you can do that, that's one extra step that you can take, because at the end of the day, we want to keep having people learn about what a great organization Toastmasters is. And at this moment, I just would like to find out from somebody, not so much why you joined Toastmasters, but why you stay. Someone who's been around for maybe more than 2 years. Anybody? Why do you stay in Toastmasters? Or are you still thinking about it? Why am I still here? No, Dr. Das, I have known you since at least 2015. You are still a Toastmaster, sir. You retired from your cosmetic being a doctor, but you are still in Toastmasters. Why?
Because I enjoy Toastmasters. I love Toastmasters. I've been trained. I love training people, and I like communication. And this is a great place to start, and great place from where you can spread the news to other people in your community.
Boom. What Dr. Das just did is a spotlight. He actually, if you go to your club member, we got Zoom, people. We don't need a big fancy smancy camera, unless you got your phone. You can use that. But honestly, you just videotape someone. Just bring them on Zoom, one and both of you together, and you ask them, "Hey, why did you join Toastmasters, and why do you stay?" And then once you've recorded that, you can actually play that on your Facebook page or your Instagram page. Nothing too long. If you need help, because like I still can manage a few of you asking me, let me know. I don't love doing it, but I do love doing it. I love the fact that you can tell people stories. And that is what we're doing. We're telling the story of Toastmasters through each of our members. So that's just something for you to know. Use Zoom to record a comment or just take a picture and use the words that that person just said. You can do that in an Instagram post. Okay. It would be nice if I shared the right thing. By the way, if you didn't know, Toastmasters now has a way that when you do share your screen, it actually gives you a little square so you at least know that you're sharing the wrong thing. That's something that's helpful to me too. All right, so as I move and finish this up, and then I'll ask if are there any more questions. Let's see here. Before club meetings, what you're going to do, make sure your information on the website and your social media is correct. Some of you have Facebook pages, and when you go to About in Facebook, it's got old people who aren't even members anymore. So you want to check that out. If you still give out Toastmasters ribbons for best table topics or best evaluator, maybe you might need to order that promotional material. Toastmasters also has an electronic version of some of this information. Maybe you can announce any campaign that you are having, or did one of your members get published in a magazine or get recognized? Did they co-author a book? Did they write a book? Those are things that you can do to publicize. You can also remember if they got an award for something that they've done, remember you can congratulate your member. There are so many things that people do outside of Toastmasters that deserve a little recognition. And then you can join a Toastmasters moderated social networking website. Toastmasters does have a couple of sites on Facebook where clubs from around the world, they will tell what's happening in their group. You're even allowed to post that you're having a meeting. And if you are tech savvy enough, you want to distribute a club newsletter, Canva has a template for that. And when you attend your club executive meetings, as I mentioned, make sure you're listening for celebrations. I love how the trio, they will always announce when it's coming up on your anniversary as a Toastmaster. So find out when everyone joined so you can already do that. I will be 1 year next month in Early Riser Toastmasters Club. And if you can, as a VPPR, start looking out for who your replacement is going to be or who can help assist you. So that person who's thinking of wanting to be a club officer can join you now and help you upload so that it's not all on you. So when will you fulfill at least one of your responsibilities? Arnon, you mentioned about maybe doing a Facebook page. Think about when you want to do it and how long will it take for you to make up this page. If you're going to do a Facebook page, it just means that you have to have a personal Facebook account. And then the Facebook account, after you leave, you can pass it on to someone else if you don't want your name associated with the Facebook account. Look to see who's available to help you in your club and what materials and resources can you use. And so today you've attended a district sponsored club officer training. So that's part of the battle, right? And then you're going to have to read some of those materials, those web links that I showed you. It can be like drinking from a fire hose. I do have a picture of some of those links. I'll show them to you in a minute. Meet with your outgoing executive committee. That would have happened in July. They would have passed on any information and passwords and passcodes to you. That would have been helpful. If they didn't do that for you, don't be that person come June, July. Make sure that you're going to have something to give the new incoming VPPR. What's the Facebook account, the Instagram account, the website information that they would need to know. All righty. And again, that hint, 1 to 3 members, at least one more person to help you so you don't feel overwhelmed about posting all the time. How often should you post? If you can post once a week, that would be great. When you really are feeling it, 3 times a week would be awesome. There are so many things you could post, but not everybody has a lot of time. So at least being consistent by doing it at least once a week, I think would be helpful to get you started. Developing a media list. Does anyone know their television and radio stations, or whether or not there's a school nearby where they might let you post in the cafeteria or somewhere like that? That's a media list. The NBC affiliate, the CBS affiliate, the local newspaper often has branches. For instance, in Mississippi, we have the Clarion Ledger, but we also have the Rankin County Ledger. We have a couple of other county newspapers, and they are sometimes looking for little blurbs if you're having a Toastmaster event. And you just need to find out who is the contact person. Call their paper and say, who is the contact person if we're having an event and we'd like to get the word out. And that's what you do. And in the meantime, be looking to find out members that you can celebrate. Who's been there in your club the longest? I want you to share your VPR plans with your executive board. They've been there longer than you sometimes, and they also have ways that they can help you with your club. The survey that I have, and I'll put the link in below, the survey that I have just asks you to check your club information. And that is, if it's right or correct, fine. If it's not, then you're going to make sure that you correct it. Then you want to look at your website. What do you think that you could do better? Do you need help? If so, then you need Toastmaster Bernstein, because he's in charge of our website. That's what I've been told. And he was on just the other day, and he did give out his information. He will help you if you need to do that and get a website started if you have not, because it's called Free Toast Host. And connect with your why, that you're telling the story of helping others to become better communicators. Because if they can become better communicators, at the end of the day, they make their world a better place. And I really feel strongly that if we all become better at how we communicate and become more effective, ask my husband, if we become a little bit better, our world becomes better, and we share what we know with others, and they share it with someone, and so on and so on. So again, we've got a good thing going with Toastmasters. Sometimes we just need to be re-energized. It's kind of hard. Some of us miss the face-to-face and the touching and the handshaking and all of that. I remember going to a meeting recently, and I didn't remember. I was like, oh, I haven't hugged in so long. I feel funny. But, I know that that's what a lot of us want. But while some of us are still online, let's make the best of it. So I hope that you will be able to figure out at least one thing that you can do that you may have learned. I'm going to put that link in the chat, but I'm at this time, I think that's all I have. Oh yeah, this is what it will look like when you do the survey. All it is whatever email that you use. The questions are, how long have you been a VPR? What training did you attend? Did you enter? I want you to go to your link and then enter it so I know that you've done it, and then confirm that the contact information is correct, and then enter your club's website and that you've reviewed it. And what will you do? Will you hold a club anniversary? Will you celebrate a member? I just want to spark something in you so that you remember. Will you update the club's photo on your website? So that's all it is. It's a total of 10 questions. 5 of them you should know your name and your email and how long you've been a VPPR. All right, so that's what it'll look like. That's the information. You could always screenshot this. And I will leave you with the final words. There is my email. And if you like, you could even text me a question. But next Thursday, I will be on apparently. And I will be doing a little bit of Canva probably, but anything you have, if you hate PR releases and you just want me to take one out, and if you tell me in advance, I'll be ready for you so we can figure out demystifying it. Here is one of the online flyers. So all you do is fill in the blanks, and then you can upload that or send that out to prospective guests. Here's another one. You are virtually invited. Please join our online meeting. So the pictures are already there. This is a publicity calendar that is available for all VPPRs. Starting with the January, you think about what it is that you want to do, and then it takes you through straight across the row. What content will you use? What will be the vehicle? In other words, will be a press release? Will it be on the website? Who will we need to contact? And then the next steps, meaning, do I need to get a comment from our president or our vice president of membership or the person we're interviewing? And then when is the deadline that this needs to be done? And finally, importance. It's high importance. Maybe it won't be your club's 50th anniversary in February. What do you need? The history of your club. So if you have your club anniversary coming up in April, a few of us do, let's go ahead and get this information, quotes from other Toastmasters about the benefits. And then you would put that in a news release so you can share it with others. And then you would get some quotes from your fellow members. And finally, when will you draft the release out, approve the final quotes? It sounds like a long process. You might skip a couple of these. At the very least, if you call me and say, hey, take a look at this, I'll be happy to do it for you. All right, so this is a press release one of the other clubs did. They never came back to me, Kingdom Toastmasters, but they gave this to me to look at. And what I would have said to them is maybe just make sure that we put a person as a contact with this information so that they know how to reach you. And I didn't see that as easily. And maybe I put that it was Little Rock right at the beginning. But Toastmasters does have templates and sample news releases for you to look at. I am here to help you. So please let me know if you have any information. All right. Anyone verbally want to tell me one thing that you will do now as a VPR? Can you at least put it in the chat? That will at least let me read it, actually. Arnan, what will you do, by the way?
I was typing it out, so I'll go nuts on
Tim Phillips, work on a Facebook page. Can you share the material you were sharing on the screen? I certainly will do that. If you put your email in this chat, I will send it out to you, and it includes those links that every VPPR should have access to, whether you use it or not. Maybe a member on your team may be more apt to use it.
Yeah, and to responding to your question, I'm going to go nuts on social media. Open up a Facebook account. I think we have a Facebook account, just update it.
Yes.
And it was a great idea to post a picture on the browser, on the website. So I'm going to take a picture.
Okay, great.
I'll put the video, and I like the idea of people speaking. What I was thinking is maybe I'll do a table topic about why did you join Toastmasters and what you're getting out of it, and make a
Yes.
video of it, and maybe
Ooh,
post it on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, all that stuff.
love it, love it, love it. Yes, absolutely. What I've shared before in a bigger presence is our joke master. She had some good jokes. We just took Joke Masters and we promoted that on Facebook. Another thing that you can promote is a great speech. If someone did a great speech, take that out of your Zoom. Take it out. If you don't know how to do it, again, ask me. As far as I know right now, I can handle all these questions. I want to stop telling people just ask me. But for right now, I can handle the traffic. So ask me and I will do my best to help you out. Like I said, next Thursday, I think it's at 7 o'clock, I'll be on. And if you have a random question, or if you want to let me know beforehand what question you have, that way I can prepare it. If you need the Canva templates, let me know as well. And I will send those to you, the ones that we've already done with Toastmasters, which let's see, Canva. Oh, again, Toastmasters, this is stuff that you can just change the template and you can put that as one of the things that you're doing as a Toastmaster. If you're having club officer training, you can do different things. So we use Canva for a lot of things, and you just change the words or change the graphics, and we can help you with that. And not just us, Canva already has tons of videos. I say, watch the video and then ask us the question. That probably would be the best way to do it. I will say goodbye to everyone now, because some of you want to get to the memorial. I've enjoyed having you as a team. For those of you who can stay on, I'm going to just take a screenshot just right now. Would you just smile for me? As, yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. And by the way, if you're up with the latest Zoom, you can actually do a screenshot from the comments. I'll show you Thursday if you'd like to know how. Take care, everybody. Let's go back to the room. Thank you.